NMF TV. Silence your radio, kill your television. NMFTV.com.
Why did you refuse to be the Ascal's head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, we talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
All right, folks, welcome back to another edition of Hands On. We are gone for 2 weeks, but we're never gone too long.
1 week.
1 weeks. 1 week's totals. All right, welcome back to the show. Jing Lang, of course, and Coach Hans Smith. As usual, we've got a great guest on the show. We're supposed to have 2 great guests today, but you know.
Yeah, you freaking Indian.
What? You can't say it like that. When you say it in English, it doesn't translate properly.
Taglish.
All right, okay. You know what he means, right? It's not like a racial.
Indian. Yun.
Right. Yeah. It's not like you left us hanging, is what he's trying to say. All right. So.
I'll get you, Delph.
But still, all on her own, she is enough to make up for the absence of one of our guests. She is everything football. You see her everywhere, right? You'll see her on TV. She's calling the games. She's doing the World Cup primers. She's talking about football on different shows all over the...
Besides dancing.
That's right. And we haven't even touched the dancing yet, right? I see it on the Instagram though. It's very cool. We gotta sample this one of these days.
We should have gotten I should have asked for a clip, right?
We're slipping, Coach Hans. We're slipping. But without further ado, let's welcome the guest on the show today. And we're going to get you in early before we talk about the rundown and everything, because I'm sure you have a lot of things to say as well about, the UAAP finals, Shraki coming back. There's some UFL stuff that we're going to talk about, and of course, Coach Hans becoming a Filipino citizen. Yeah. It is all very exciting, folks. So let's welcome her on to the show. Formally, welcome Mariel Benitez.
All right, thank you.
Oh.
Thanks for having me.
Man, it's nice that you're finally here. I feel it is quite shocking that after 3 seasons, it's only now that we have Mariel Benitez being one of the most recognizable figures in Philippine football.
Obviously,
it took us that long.
Your intro was just explained it.
Right. She's too busy.
Too busy.
That's what it is.
No, I'm never too busy for Coach Hans, but I'm glad that I finally make it to your show.
Yeah, but she knows what's going to happen to her. She doesn't know. Sasabunutan ka.
So, Mariel, you used to play for Coach Hans,
yes.
Is that correct? And how traumatizing an experience was that?
Culture shock,
Thanks.
no. But yes, I played for Coach Hans for 5 years for LaSalle. But I think it was my best, probably the best 5 years of my UAP. We won 4 championships out of the 5. And the only one we didn't win, we were twice to beat as well. So, but yeah, definitely an experience.
Just say we had to spread the wealth. Kawawa naman may bang.
Can't win 5 straight. That's a bit much.
Pagbigyan.
Pagbigyan. So 4 lang naman.
You suffered an injury recently, but you're back fit now?
Yes.
You're ready to play?
I tore my ACL after a season, playing for the Green Archers. I think there was a game for Pinay football. Then I tore my ACL. But I'm back now. I'm playing again. And I also just started coaching kids.
Ooh, that must be fun.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very different. I took the coaching course with Chifi Caligdong last year in Barotac Nuevo. So definitely, I'm still learning about coaching. A very different approach from being a football player or even as an analyst. I think the coaching course definitely helped me call the games, and I'm just having fun. I'm with Football Fanatics. I started coaching their under 11, the Forza FC team.
Right.
So.
And by the way, Football Fanatics, Candice, Eve, congrats.
Yes, congratulations.
This is what I've been waiting for so long. I thought Baug's Avery, pero natuloy.
Oh, okay. Right. Completely. I was like, what is this football stuff that I don't know about? Oh, somebody's pregnant. Okay, great. Candice, congratulations. I'm not sure we are too close, but congratulations. Anyways. I was going to ask, so under 11s, you're coaching, and you're not shouting at them, are you?
No,
You're not taking
No,
the
no, no.
Coach
She
Hans
learned.
approach?
She learned from the best. She learned from the best.
A different approach. Huh?
Different approach.
Tell us about Marielle as a player. Had her under your wing for 5 years, for
No,
championships.
let me give you some trivia.
Yes,
okay? When
please.
Marielle was still at Woodrow's,
Ah,
and that's the only time I heard about Marielle. And when I saw you, Marielle, I think it was in the country club Ayala Bang, and you were hiding under the table. And then you were supposed to go to the States for vacation.
Yes, that's right.
And I only told you one thing: when you come back, you better have lost weight. But where's Marielle? Where's Marielle? She was under the table, under the tablecloth. You remember?
Not really, but okay.
She was hiding. She was hiding.
how old was she?
She should have been
14, maybe 15, yeah.
15, 16, somewhere.
So
there.
high school.
High school.
Yeah, she's still in high school.
All right.
And then after that, when she came in, I just couldn't force it, but I just used what I can and maximized what Yale had. People are saying that she's overweight and all that shit. Yeah, and then one of the coaches, an A licensed coach, asked Marielle remember when I changed formation and you came from the back, and you were the top. She had the golden boot. Then they were saying, "Were you a stopper?" I put her somewhere else.
Yeah.
I put her way below, but she was still a top scorer. That's just a thing. A licensed coach asking this. If you watch the game, then you should have known already. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of licensed coaches here who don't know shit. I mean, if you watch the game, then you should understand if you analyze. But Marielle, I have two players that I can say till the day I die I won't forget that has played for me in the LSU. Is Marielle one and Stephanie Pheasant. Okay, for me, these two girls, two women. Mature na. I still think of them as my players no matter what. These two women, for me, pound per pound, are the pound per pound.
Madami yan, coach. Oo, mabigat yun.
Pound per pound, if they call about boxing, I think from local, how do you say, local born? No.
Homegrown.
Homegrown.
Yeah.
I think these two ladies here have been the best so far, and it's good that even Steph are still active when she can in Marielle's coaching now. That they can already, how do you say, impart what they've learned locally and international, because they've played international. More for Marielle because she's really an addict. Steph had she had work and all that, but I would still say, pound per pound, I don't think there's any other. I'm sorry for the other.
This is a
women
big
players.
statement, by the way, just to give you guys a bit of context. That's what, 3 decades that you've been coaching?
Over 3 decades.
Right, over 3 decades. Don't want to give away your age too much, but
Okay, just tell him I'm 39.
39. He's been
I'm
coaching
okay with
since
39.
he was 9 years old. He's a phenom, this one. But yeah, that's a long time that you've been out there coaching, and there's
Yeah.
2
Yes.
individuals, and one of them is sitting with us today.
I'm talking
That's
about
huge.
the best. I mean,
Wow.
if I say pound per pound, I'm not saying this because Marielle's in front of me,
Yeah.
and they're my players in LaSalle. Just
Really?
with
Because
Steph.
didn't you do this with the last? No, I'm
I
kidding.
heard that.
Yeah. I'm saying no. If I say pound per pound for the other people, I'm not saying best in dribbling, kicking, and all. No, in general, as a total football player in the women's league, I mean, in the women's division, there definitely are a lot of and up and coming now. Marielle knows this. Up and coming young girls who are really, you can see the potential. Okay, for sure they should be in the Malditas. Some are much younger than the others, but I think it's more of the younger ones now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the age between maybe 16, 17 years old up to about 22, 23-year-olds. There are a lot now. Point in case is the UAP women's.
Yeah.
A lot can play for and represent the Philippines, but not all of them have the intelligence, the football know-how of these two ladies that I'm talking about. They've hopefully I had something to do with it, but I wouldn't have gotten them in the first place, right? I wouldn't have recruited them. I mean, Marielle I recruited, but I know in the first part that she was thinking about it.
Right.
She's going to go to LaSalle. She's thinking maybe, how many curses will I get from coach? Well, how many times will I cry with Coach Hans and all that? No, but the experience that I had, honestly, sincerely, I've had so much fun. You know, when Mariel's playing for me, Steph. You guys played together, right?
Yes,
For
yeah.
how many years?
I think 3 years. If I'm
3
not
years.
mistaken, yeah.
What Mariel's saying about that, we had a 4-peat and we should have had the 5th peat, but when the
Yeah, we
group-
swept the season,
Yes.
and then we were twice to beat in the finals, and then we lost
Yeah.
the finals.
No, but there's one time, remember that brouhaha about the basketball, LaSalle basketball. Then the EVP, our EVP at the university, opted not for us to join. We should have gotten the 5 peat, right? So the 5th year we didn't join, LaSalle didn't join the UAP. But when we got back there, we still got it.
You guys won the championship?
We still won the championship on the 6th. So that could have been 6 straight years.
But I thought this fifth one was the.
That's the one that when we went
twice
off.
to beat.
That's another
I know,
year.
that
Ah,
was
it's a
in
different
between.
year.
So I had the first two on my first 2 years.
Yeah.
Then my third year, that's when we lost the finals, and then another back to back when I graduated.
You know, if
Wow.
if you combine the individual awards of Steph and Yale here, it's not going to fit in this room. Because
It's just a separate room in your house and you throw all your medals.
LaSalle should have retired Steph's and Marielle's numbers
Yeah.
ahead of all the other women athletes of LaSalle. Sorry, but I didn't know that I had to keep on following it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I had to campaign for it.
That's right. You gotta.
If greatness and all of this should not be campaigned, it should be given.
Right.
I mean, what is fucking politics?
Yeah, but somebody's gotta inform them for the reason why.
I did.
You know.
I did.
Right.
But nobody ever. Maybe it's because of me.
This is the new platform for it to restart and build momentum.
No, there's still
Marielle,
time.
we're gonna get your jersey up there.
No, there's still time. There's still
That's
time.
fine.
There's still time. I mean, hands down, I don't think anyone, even the other opponents of Marielle, opponents of Steph during the years that they were playing in the UAP, I don't think any of the other girls would, how do you say, contradict what I'm saying. I'm not gonna fucking say anything. Just like I'm selling something. You know, if I endorse something, it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. So if like Gatorade, Adidas,
Big words. Is that
Big.
Is that awkward at all sitting here listening to that?
Yeah, I
You're
might
ta-
just shed a tear, but no. But I think I really learned. I started out with Woodrose
Yeah.
with Coach Potten Fernandez, and I remember that exactly that first year, the summer when I graduated, and Coach Han was saying, my coach said, she plans to go to LaSalle, and he was saying, well, we'd start training in the summer. And I said, oh, I'm leaving with my family for the States. And he
Right.
said, well, when you come back, you better be in shape.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one gets in shape when you're on vacation in the US. So when I came back, I actually didn't start training with the team till maybe mid of the first trimester when I would see the players come in. And finally, I had the courage to wake up at 5 a.m., show up in training,
Right.
and I was really scared because it was my first training with the squad, and they were training the whole summer. And the first thing Coach Hans tells me, I said, "Good morning, Coach," and he goes, "Wow, you finally wake up." And then from there, that I was really scared, but I think maybe that was that one day that I'm thankful for, that I actually woke up with the courage to show up in training.
Yeah, no. Imagine how different it would be, the trajectory of your career and everything if you didn't wake up that one day.
I've always told, let's say, high school girls before they come up to the university level, whether they're coming for LaSalle or not, I always tell them it's going to be a culture shock, but only for a week.
Right.
The hardest thing now is waking up so early in the morning, because you're so used to waking up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
for classes. You leave school at 7 for school 7:30, be in class at 8.
Yeah.
Now you gotta wake up 4:30, 5 a.m. depending where you live, how to get into the venue for training. But nobody in my 35 years of coaching, 34 and a few months, 35, so I call it 35.
Just
Yeah. Anyway, nobody gave up. Nobody ever said or never showed me that they had a hard time waking up. The habit, they got into the habit of waking up really early,
Right.
because good for them, they got into the habit of sleeping early.
Right.
Because I would know,
Yeah.
especially in a weekend practice or a weekend game, I would know who slept late.
Right.
I would see it right away. I would know right away.
I can understand the mindset of the players too, not to show you. I mean, they already went through the hard part of waking up. Then you're gonna get shouted at it for looking
Don't
tired.
forget the cursing.
right?
Don't forget the cursing.
I don't have too many regrets in my life. But one of them was not showing up to one of your training sessions. Like I got invited by Anjo Gamboa to come by and say like, hey, why don't you come out? And just see. And I was like, first of all, I don't wake up early, and then I don't want to get shouted at early in the morning because I'm lagging behind in my running. And he was telling me about this. Where that killer session that you guys do, where you do like
The warm-up,
increase it,
5-5.
yeah. I was like,
5-5-4-1.
yeah, that doesn't sound like fun, bro. Especially at 6:30 in the morning, man. You know what I mean? Like pass. But I feel like it would have been fun. It would have been good for me.
It would have been fun.
Yeah, it would have been character
promise
building.
you.
Now I just quit.
5541, it just came into my head because we were wasting so much time in the warm-up because they had classes.
Yeah.
So if I do conditioning, I mean, of course, there's also conditioning with and without ball. And if I'm really doing conditioning without ball, I'm thinking, I can't do any more 30-minute runs or 45-minute fartleks.
Yeah.
You know what fartlek? Coaches, you know what fartlek means? Okay. My kids don't.
5541, by the way, just to give a bit of an explanation, coach.
All right. Instead of running 20, 25, 30, 35, 45 minutes straight, 5541 is first 5 minutes you just run on your own pace, just to get the blood flowing. And then I blow my whistle on the 5th minute, another 5 minutes, but increased pace, and you have to maintain the pace.
Yeah.
After the 10th minute, I blow my whistle again. That's 4 minutes, increased pace again, and you have to keep that pace. Yeah. And then the last minute, 1 minute full sprints. And then I added 1 minute rest, walk,
And then
another minute of sprint. So 17 minutes.
It's so brutal.
But without my saying so, it didn't take too long for the players to understand after that 1 minute break. You would see them jog. Those who are not in shape will walk.
Yeah.
But those who are in shape would, you see, maybe in 30 seconds, because I will shout 30, 45. So they know already. So at 30, sometimes the others, they'll start running already. Some will not even walk on the 1 minute walk. Some will just be jogging. So they can get their vuelo.
Right.
Then 1 minute. Because I believe in the saying, start strong, finish stronger.
Yeah.
If Ateneo Volleyball women have
Heart strong.
I have start strong, finish stronger. So when when they sprint the last minute or even the first minute sprint, I would shout how many seconds left. So what I want to see from the players is the increase, the pace.
Yeah.
They're sprinting, but if I say 30, you see them pick up. 40, they pick up. 45, you see them left. Or I say 15 left.
Yeah.
When I say 15, 10, at the last 10 seconds, you just see, no matter how tired they are, you see them just push themselves hard.
To the limit.
That's it, and that's already
And
that's already half of my session.
This is the reason, folks, that the football players are always plastered asleep in class. They're just like,
But asleep, but they're things listers.
yeah.
I tutor.
Yeah.
Especially physics, those mathematics.
After class, after training session.
Yeah. Then after that, we have Bible studies.
Ikaw din nagli-lead nun.
Oh, shit.
Of course.
Sino pa ba?
Parang hindi ko na na-attempt yun.
You're all asleep, darling.
Let's take you to the rundown now. Let's go through some of the things that have been going on in Philippine football lately. We've been gone for a couple weeks, so lots of things to catch up on. In the UFL, the last time we left off, Global was at the top of the standings. Now it is Kaya, followed by Loyola Meralco Sparks and Stallion, all of them at 15 points each. Level games played, identical records, nagkakahiwalay lang sila on goal difference. All right, Global has lost a game and drawn a game, so now they are behind by a couple points. Ceres LaSalle, they are actually in the best position to get top spot, given that they've only played 4 games and are only 3 points behind.
Yeah.
So they're doing very well. And then the bottom half of the table is close, but really for the battle for relegation. Green Archers United is at the midway point.
Same place again.
Yes, they like that spot. Pachanga is right below them, and Team Socceroo, Manila Jeepney, and Philippine Army battling it out really tightly for that relegation battle. Philippine Army, just wanted to say, have not scored a single goal.
Yeah.
Have let in 28 goals, and they are rooted at the bottom of the table. That is brutal.
Yeah.
Negative 28 is their goal
And we
difference.
just started.
Yeah, started. That's right. They did play very well against Stallion the last time out. I feel for them. They deserved a point in that game.
Last 4 minutes.
Yeah, they're just like, oh man, I'm 39 years old or whatever it is, and they're just like, oh, I can't run the last 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It was brutal, but well done to Stallion. They're coming back this season. They had a rough one last year after winning the cup in the league, and now they're in the title mix and they're looking very strong. Talking about big games coming up over the weekend, depends when you listen to this, but currently today it is March 19. 19, all right. Man, days have been going on so crazy lately, I don't even know what date it is. But we can check out a big game. Global versus Loyola is going to be playing on Saturday, 8:15, and that's going to be the highlight of that evening. Of course, before that is going to be Kaya versus Pachanga, which should be a lot of fun as well. And a big one in the relegation race, Manila Jeepney and Philippine Army. On Sunday, that's going to be a big one as well, Ceres LaSalle versus Stallion. Now we're going to see really what Stallion can bring to the table if you're physical with Ceres LaSalle, right? Obviously, Stallion have been known to be very, very physical in the last few games, and we will figure it out how that pans out. Are we going to show the preview to Loyola versus Global? Can we show that now? Only because I made it.
I wonder why.
Horrible, shameless plugging. But seriously though, it's a big game, and it would be nice if we could show the preview. Yes? No? Maybe? No? Yes? Yeah. Just throw it in there.
Anytime you guys are ready.
When we're done making
We're very
fools of
talkative here, so we
ourselves.
can just click on talking.
Okay.
When you're playing defending champions, it always adds a little bit of significance. You know, they are the benchmark from last season. But I think after the last game we played against them, we played a very good game. We were tactically very good. And I think it's, the emphasis is really on them to come out with us as well. So I think they'll be as worried about us as we are about them.
This is a real big chance for us to make a big statement and show this could be definitely our year.
You want to beat the best teams in the league and you want to beat the best teams in the country. If you do that, that makes you the best team.
So we beat them last time and that's going to hurt. And we took the title off them. They're going to want revenge, and whether it's a cup game, whether it's a league game, whether it's a friendly, they're going to want to beat us. So we'll prepare for a game, but expect it.
Malaki ba sweldo niyan? Gumagawa niya?
Wala nga eh.
Ay, sus!
Pro bono work.
Sabi mo sa akin, kausapin ko yung boss dyan. Basta may porsyento ako.
But yes, Global versus Loyola, there have been some great encounters, and of course the defending champions Global coming back from AFC Cup duty. So it's going to be interesting to see what that dynamic is and how that affects their game. But only 13 of them suited up in the last AFC Cup, so that helps. Now let's talk to Marielle about Schrock. Apparently there's been a making up of sorts.
That's right. That's what I heard from all the news, that he and Coach Thomas Dooley seem to have made amends for the misunderstanding.
Oh, how sweet.
That's right. But I don't think he was called for the Bahrain, game. But hopefully, the level, the track, or the skills that he brings to the game is something that we are all excited to see. He makes the game interesting, at least for the Philippine Ascals. But hopefully, we see him back in the lineup.
Yeah. What's it called? Coach Chance, I was looking at some of the comments, and every one of them said we need Schrock back.
As a fan, because he brings a different dimension of the game.
And
He can hold the ball.
Yeah, you just wonder, what's he going to do this time?
But But what other people, what the people are forgetting, the fans are forgetting is there are 3 more new players that are coming in. We need to see them, and maybe the position that Schrock is in now has been covered already by Thomas Dooley earlier before the patching up of things.
That's right.
So if as a coach, it's so hard to say I do this, I have this plan, then suddenly somebody just comes in, and I'm going to destroy that coming in. It's good. I'm happy for both of them. I'm happy for Ascos. I'm happy for Philippine football that Shrocky and Thomas have patched things up. But I know what Thomas is thinking. It's nothing to do with. I don't think it's not anything to do with what Shrocky has done.
Yeah.
Thomas and Shrocky are true gentlemen. They have patched things up, yes. But as a coach, I already have the program.
Right.
And in that position that Shrocky is in, Thomas already has some of these players already filling it up. So he doesn't want to destroy this. And it's too close.
Yeah, that's right.
It's too close already because I think they're leaving next week or this week
Okay.
for the camp in Bahrain, is it?
Yes.
So it's not going to be that, with Neil coming back in, like I said, goalkeeper, he can have anybody in. As a striker, you can have anybody in because differently. But Shrocky, midfield defense is a different responsibility. It needs a lot more of gel. If you need like an engine, well-oiled tuned engine, the midfield and the defense is how do you say, the most important part of that engine.
Right.
As a striker, you're playing on top. As a goalkeeper, you're the last man on defense. So you do your own thing as a keeper, and you can do your own thing as a striker.
Providing sort of a core to the team
Yes.
is that midfield and defense. Because, like you said, actually Javier Patino comes back into the lineup, which is where has that guy been for so long? I mean, I know he's been kicking ass over in Thailand, though. That is
China,
for sure.
even in China.
And in China.
In China
he did
now.
well. No,
Thailand's not even Thailand. He's in China now.
Ivan here is a good friend of ours. He's hanging out on the show. We're gonna get this guy mic'd up and sitting next to Marielle in a little while. We'll do that in a bit. All right. But yeah, Javier Patino, he's not coming. Are you saying?
Yeah, he's not coming.
So that's typical. Right? How typical
But
is this guy?
I read 2 days ago that he was released by the China club.
Yeah,
the team in China.
But apparently
so what happened again?
he pulled out.
He pulled out? Or
Injury?
the club?
Yeah, news said that he wasn't coming. So
Right.
he was listed, but he's not coming. So we'll see next week.
Thanks for taking the slack, bro. Because it's only like how many did they pick out? 23 individuals.
That's right.
Final.
Yeah. Out of all the Philippines, by the way, there's a lot of people who want to take that spot, and you just said, you know what? Maybe next time.
No, we don't know who'll start. Let's just wait and see.
Yeah, Javi. Thanks, man. Yeah, I really like that guy, by the way. The times he did play for us.
But
seemed like-
one good, sorry, Jing,
Yeah.
before I forget, but one good thing, I read, I don't know if it's on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, that nobody ever made mention, like the game in the AFC, I think, that 10 out of the 11 starters are playing local UFL.
Yes.
So it's the plan of the PFF, plan of the UFL, and plan of Thomas Dooley of having a lot of the Ascos players playing locally here is coming to fruit.
Yeah.
Right? It's there. So it's just like, who would have thought Martin Stu will be playing the UFL?
Yeah.
How? Yeah. You know, that's how far fetched, right? And then
Even Manny Ott.
yeah.
Even Manny Ott. So it's just Neil, supposedly Javi, Patino, and these 2 other players. One, I think, from Austria, and then the other one from Australia. I don't know if you have that there.
No, they're
This is what I
not
read.
here.
New names coming in. The names are important.
Do you know them,
Okay.
Maria?
No,
No,
I don't think I was. Yeah.
I read that on the football PH. Is that football?
Football.com.ph,
Or something like that.
the lovely website that was brought to us by our good friends Saras and Iko, who were
Yeah,
here on the show
yeah.
as well. Very informative, by the way, if you guys should check it out, football.com.ph. But yes, so Shrocky has apologized to Dooley. Apparently that's how it went and not the other way around. And hopefully we'll be seeing Shrock in an Ascal's jersey soon. AFC Cup, Global FC suffers a second loss. They drew. By the way, congratulations to them for getting the first ever point in the AFC Cup for the Philippines. That's a big one. And they did it with like their B team,
Yeah.
which is
Yes.
amazing. But it remains astonishing that you are the first team. There's a lot of prestige attached to that, yet you did not get your stuff together. That's the proper lingo. I think that's the your stuff together in getting your roster there intact.
I got to talk. I'm sorry, Dan. This show is all about honesty.
Yeah, honesty is the best
I was
policy.
talking to Izu last weekend when I went to watch the Kai Ceres game. And I asked him, hey, Izu, what the fuck? Why weren't you there? Because I heard your papers. Then he says, Coach, I was the first one with my papers complete. So somebody in the organization, global organization, screwed up big time.
Yeah.
The thing that's very glaring there is they had Matthew transfer with Kurt
Yeah.
Dizon, change. What do you call that? Trade.
Yeah.
Mainly for the AFC. And then Matthew was not in the lineup. Waste of time, waste of money. The thing that I got shocked was what Izzy told me, that his dad came to the Philippines to watch him play in the AFC.
Wow.
And the dad was so freaking disappointed when he was told by Izzy that he's not playing. So, like, the dad said, I spent so much money to come to the Philippines to watch my son play, and he's not there. There's so many speculations. Everybody's saying this, saying that, saying this, saying that. Global people are blaming PFF. I asked the PFF competition committee. Info and everything was given to them in way due time. As a club, knowing that you qualified for a certain tournament, you should have not done everything even before papers came in.
Yeah.
And if you don't get any papers, you should go and ask. You already know the dates when it's going to be played.
Yeah.
When your games are going to be. So no excuses.
Yeah.
If it's a blaming game, then I think Dan knows this, and I know for a fact Dan's pissed off. But being a gentleman that he is, he's not going to make it public on who's he's pissed off at.
Yeah, he hasn't been throwing anybody under the bus, which is quite disappointing really, for people who are just looking around for
Maybe we
something.
can ask Dan again.
But I think, if you take a look at it, they're given that opportunity to represent, and given that opportunity to be the first team, sayang that it wasn't fixed or organized properly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hopefully the PFF or even the clubs learn from this, that in the next opportunities given to be able to represent the Philippines outside.
This comes to my next point, which I was discussing with some people from UFL last night actually, that I would also want to push the UFL to ask AFC or FIFA for that matter to come, to have somebody come over and teach about management.
Right.
Because we've always been saying football is picking up in the Philippines, except management and the best officiating.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we need that. I've got a friend formerly from AFC. He was in the rogue Malaysian league, no, Indonesian league. I'm sorry.
Right.
Which has been fixed up already. But there is such a thing as a management course for professional clubs, semi-pro, pro, whatever. But there's a way. I think a lot of the clubs in the UFL, mainly the second division, because teams are dropping like flies left and right, to maintain how to maintain and all that. Maybe it's time that we ask some experts to come over to the Philippines and give. And I'm going to tell the UFL and the FA, it has to be, attended by the managers, by the coaches, and by the staff, management staff. Everybody's got to be involved. If we want the UFL to succeed completely and be like the J League or even the S League in Singapore and all this. Singapore, look how small they are, but look at the players that are there, and the way they do stuff. And it's about time that we do this. It's not only for us who are involved directly with the clubs or with the organization, but for the fans as well. And in general, for the Filipino who love football. Don't we want to see everything, be at par? We've gone through already the first step. UFL clubs are already recognized by the AFC.
It's huge.
Ceres was there. Global is there. Loyola has also played in Singapore. I don't know what the
Singapore Cup.
The Singapore Cup, whatever. So, Philippines is being recognized. But I think, management-wise, we need to learn from the best. We should learn from the best. You know, so...
Sorry?
And then...
I was like, I have zero lip reading skills. That's what I just found out
There's
about
a tweet?
myself.
There's a tweet?
There's a tweet that we want to show. Ryan Phoenix, just want to ask.
Do we know this
Coach.
guy?
I think you visited.
Ryan Phoenix, it sounds familiar. Okay.
Good friend Ryan Phoenix has been here on the show. Just want to ask Coach what he thinks of Global's weekend lineup in the AFC Cup. What happened to Izo, Matt, Otomo, and Nigishi?
Yeah, Ryan, that's what I was just saying. Somebody screwed up big time.
Yeah.
Somebody definitely screwed up.
We have to find out who is the person amongst the Global camp that stops coming to the games.
It'll never come out.
But if he stops coming to the games, then he's the guy, right? Hey, bro, I haven't been seeing you around.
You know, Ryan.
Get the story.
I mean, we know definitely for one that somebody definitely screwed up.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a PFF. Let's just say, okay, for sake of conversation, let's just say the PFF Competition Committee forgot or delayed their transmission of info to Global. All right. So, if that's the case, Global, knowing that has already qualified to the tournament, then you know that the time is already getting closer and closer and closer. Did anybody in Global think, teka muna, you know, wait a minute, how come I
Ano
don't
pa
have any
bang
info?
kulang?
Anong gagawin namin? Ano ba kulang? You need, it is nobody else's responsibility but the team itself.
Of course.
You take it individually. You know that you got a wedding to attend. You're the ninong, let's say. Just like there are other guests supposed to be. Let's say. Example lang, kunwari.
Kunyari lang.
Kunwari, tinext ko si Sadal Tupas kahapon.
Ni-remind.
Hindi lang yun. Sabi ko, see you tomorrow. Tapos, sumagot. Nag-reply, see you.
Yung RSVP.
Oo, mga ganun, see you.
Okay.
Tapos bigla lang hindi sumipot kasi totally forgot. Yun. In principle, that's the same case. So,
Hi, Sadal.
so that's the thing. No. I've been here. I've been coaching 3-5. If I screwed up and let's say, I could have put another player on the lineup, let's say, in a roster, and then just because of my irresponsibility, I was thinking of something else. You know, then I take the cudgels. That's my fault. But in 35 years, I've never made that mistake.
Oh, all right.
Never.
Let me just put that down.
No, never.
Well done.
Nobody can tell me otherwise. I've never. Why? That's my fucking job.
Right.
That's what I'm being paid for. You know, the only thing that I don't like about being a head coach, like I tell Las Asobel and DLSU, we're coaches. We're not writers. We hate doing paperwork.
Yeah.
The paperwork that we do is the programs, tactical situations or whatever, your training programs. You know, making a report, that's easily done. I have my assistant coaches to do that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, being a coach also needs to be knowing how to do multitasking.
Yeah.
Because coaching is already multitasking.
Yeah.
You need to take care of conditioning. You need to take care of the technical.
Yeah.
You then have to take care of the tactical.
Yeah.
That's three different things.
Plus, you gotta take care of the morale too.
Everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're also the manager. You got a player who's hungry. You gotta freaking feed him.
Feed us.
Yeah.
You know, so things of this sort. Also, you know, it is we can say charge it to experience. Pero, what is AFC gonna think about this now? You know, something has happened. I heard from a little bird, like Ceres.
A little bird.
When they lost in Maldives,
Yeah.
it got them. Oh, he heard us.
All right. Finish your thought. We're gonna cut for a short break.
Then nakita ko na si Guapo, parang nakalimutan ko sinasabi ko eh.
Sa Maldives, yung sinasabi mo.
Yung Maldives, what I heard, look how serious Ceres is.
Oh.
From what I heard, Coach Cha was given the boot
Yeah.
because of what happened in Maldives. I'm just telling you, I'm not giving any comments. No personal comment. What I heard was formation-wise and players were changed.
Yeah.
Instead of using the Ceres way of play. Then when you went for one game, you change everything. And they lost 1-0 at the end of the game, near the end of the game.
Yeah.
So, of course, management would think, if you guys stuck to our guns, what we trained for, maybe we would have even won that game.
That cost him his job.
It cost him his job.
We have a Ceres insider. We'll have him talk to us in just a little bit, but we will be cutting to a short.
But
break.
it's true what I said because I saw him.
Nodding in the
When we come back,
So my little bird told me the truth.
Sedel Tupas is going to join Mariel Benitez here on the show along with Coach Hans and myself.
Sedel Tupas is here?
Don't go anywhere, folks. He's here.
Okay.
Hi. They say nothing in this world is free, and for the most part, that's true. But here at NMF Network, all shows are indeed 100% free. And as an added feature, you have the option to subscribe to all your favorite programs, also at no charge. Why should you subscribe? By subscribing, you no longer have the hassle of delays when you stream the program. You also don't need to keep checking our site to see if your favorite programs are up because they'll automatically be uploaded to your device as soon as it's available. Here's how to do it. First, open iTunes. Your next step, hit the iTunes Store button. A search bar should open up as soon as you do that. Type New Media Factory in the search bar and all your shows should open. Pick the show you like or all the shows you like. And once that opens, hit the subscribe button. And that's it. You're in. All shows will now be automatically downloaded to your device.
Two girls, one cup. I heard there was this video going around on the internet some years ago. Because we're two girls, me and Nicole, and a cup where we get all our topics from the cup. It's not lustful. The show is about shoes, bags, friends, girlfriends, gossip, current events, everyday life. I don't know. Dick's on my head, apparently. And the dick on Nicole's head. We got a segment called Let's Be Honest. Would you do whoever? Would you do Max Eichemans? I would. Cis code. Because there's a bro code, but there's no written cis code. Truth or dare. Kupal people. Bullshit. We share pussy. Not really. Two girls, one cup. You should watch the show.
Tell me, what is football for you?
Wow. Football, that's my livelihood. That's my life. My life revolves around sport. That's it. I mean, everything is there. If it's not football, it's nothing else.
I don't know. Oh, folks, welcome back.
Look at that!
Oh, look at
Showed up!
Unbelievably
Folks, don't tell him what
Oh,
I
we
just
just-
said.
Yeah, I said, right on time, 30 minutes late, or whatever it is. Now, two of us on the program. You will. 1 hour. Wow, unbelievable. Well done. But he's made the trip over. He forgot about it, but now he's here. That's what counts.
Because he knows he's going to get a fucking spanking.
Of course, Sedel Tupas, if you don't know, he writes for Inquirer and commentates the games on Sports 5. He is well embedded in Philippine football. He's been there since the very beginning. Since the hindi naman very beginning, but like
Before the beginning.
a while back. So thanks for joining us here, bro.
A pleasure. Otherwise, I would get spanked,
Spanking.
literally and figuratively, by Coach Hans. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be
Last
back.
time we were here, we were drinking beers and having a good time at One Rockwell. But now this is your first time here in this new
Yeah,
place.
first time.
Nice, man. Thanks for joining us.
Really?
Yeah.
First time here.
See, I don't think you get to invite us to come.
said so.
join
First
you
time
in
in
your
here,
show.
here in this place.
In
We
this
did about
place.
One Rockwell before, remember?
We were drinking.
At the old
You were drunk, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beyond the Box
we were
Studios.
drinking in
No, because, I'm sorry, because my mind's focused on one thing only.
Yeah.
Can we get to that fucking
And we're
topic
getting to
already?
that right now,
Gigil na
alright?
gigil na ako eh.
Can't wait.
Coach
Can't wait.
Hans went into the UAAP finals. We were all very happy for him.
Congratulations, Coach.
No, obviously the final did not come out as you would have liked. You gotten ahead 2-1, and it seemed like things were going to go the way of LaSalle. But then some things happened, And FEU got back.
Somebody happened.
FEU got back into the game, and congratulations to them for winning the UAAP football tournament. And there we see it. FEU had Amita sent off. Oh, I didn't know that.
That's wrong. There's one more red card.
All right.
Kulang graphics.
Kulang, yeah.
Kulang.
Ferrer also got a red card.
Ferrer may red card yan.
Also got a
Both
red
2
card.
yellows.
Wow. All right. And then, so as you can see, it went into extra time.
Malinis pala kayo maglaro, coach, ha?
Oh, malinis.
Kontring yellow.
Tatlo lang.
Malinis,
Tatlo.
pare. Tapos si Bugas doing the damage that hurt the most in extra time, 94th minutes. Goal from the man who just came back from injury. So Paulo Bugas, congratulations to him. It's a great story for him. But Coach Hans needs to get some things off his chest. So I'm gonna get out of the way.
Not just me, but a lot of people. A lot of people. Okay, number one. Before we show the clips, okay, they will just discuss every clip.
Okay.
Okay. The thing is,
Video support.
in the finals, okay, like the UAP, don't take the UAP too lightly. A lot of the UAP players play in the UFL.
Yeah.
Starters, for that matter, young, good players. Some of the coaches are involved also in the UAP, in the UFL. Those who are coaching the UFL are also involved also in the UAP. Now, like we've been all saying every freaking episode, 2 things that have to be still developed here in Philippine football is management, which is a different deal altogether, and officiating.
I thought you were gonna say his name. Go ahead.
I've promised some of the senior referees that I'm not gonna kick their ass too much, on the show. In 35 years, I've had, I don't know how many championships I've coached. In the championships that I've lost, I've never, ever complained of officiating because my team has lost fair and square by the other team. But this time, which is just good timing because it's televised, there's slow-mos and everything, anybody can just watch it. Anytime you want to watch, you just go to UAP 77 live stream. You can watch the replay anytime.
Boom.
Any game that you want to see in the UAP. Now, that game, I'm not taking anything away from FEU. Congratulations to FEU. Sincerely, congratulations to them. But there's some things that the game was turned over to them. I'm sorry, but the third goal is the only goal that I could say that is a legitimate goal. But shouldn't even have reached that point. The game was over in regulation. Everybody has seen it. The whole crowd has seen it. I don't know how many thousands of people watch it on TV with replays and slow-mo. Okay? You tell me if the call of the referee, Ray Ritaga, was correct.
Kaboom.
In all those calls. Okay?
Hello, Ray.
I don't care, you haters. You want to say anything? Say it. If you're saying that I'm sour graping, yes. Because it's unfair for my boys to give and play with all their heart and play fair and square. You could see our goals were fair and square. The fouls, the cards that were given, those were jostles. But the card and fouls that were not called made a big difference in the game. You know, I don't even believe that the 2 red cards given to FEU was legitimate. It was just, for me, waste of time. With all the things that happened, extension during regulations, fine. Extension 15-15, with all the floppings of the other team, which was admitted by the assistant coach on print, that he gave instructions to players to give delaying tactics. That's part and parcel of the game. But please, do not say it in the press where millions can read it. Okay?
Somebody's gonna give that guy a manual, bro. That's not
part of it.
Say.
No. But
can we show the highlights though? Let's at least show them a video for those who are watching while you can talk over it.
Ange, before you put out any clip,
all right,
let me just tell you to the public. I don't know if the AFC allows or FIFA allows this. Right? In the semifinals, even in the last few games where it was very important, Ray Taga, number 1, is a AFC futsal referee. The fouls in futsal and fouls in football is entirely different. You run only a short distance. It's just a few meters bigger, wider than a basketball court. So, why? Number one, a lot of are asking me, why is a football referee able to officiate in a championship game?
A futsal referee, you mean?
A futsal referee assigned to officiate a championship game. And the championship game there on stats is between the best defensive team and the best offensive team. And you put a referee whose mind and whose decision making is so different from the regular sport of football. That, give me a, how can you do that? I don't think, I'm not stupid. And the other coaches are also stupid. We know AFC rules. We know statutes. How can simple. If you are an assistant referee, that's all you are. You cannot officiate. You are an AR. Okay? You're not in the middle. If you are a referee, you don't become an AR. Okay? Don't give me bullshit excuses. Because kulang tayo ng tao, kulang tayo. Why don't you train? Get more referees. Teach them well. Okay? This group of officials, now official officials, have been there for so long. Okay? Been there for so long, they think it's their house that they don't need to be. Number one, a lot of you are not even fit. A lot of you are not even fit.
I feel like I'm sitting in the corner with you guys. I'm just like, did we do something?
The AR2. AR2.
Didn't do anything?
I used to play against him.
Yeah.
I'm freaking 57 years old. And I think he's even older than me. So if you saw the game with FU LaSalle, we play Division 1 style football. Fast, running, condition, all fit. AR cannot even run together with the last line of defense. You gotta think a lot more before you give appointments to assignments to referees who are supposed to be fit and who knows the game. You don't just come in like it's just a fucking picnic. Let's say, tomorrow let's go to Baguio. That's what's happening now. Okay? You keep on telling me, and then everybody just gives an answer, a reply, saying, oh, it's an excuse. There's always an excuse.
Right.
Of course, you will never admit that your teammate, let's say, made a mistake. I'm not stupid. 35 years of coaching 35 years, besides more than 20 years of playing. I'm 57. That's how many years. That means I started playing really small. Don't. Like I said, anybody who's going to protect or say anything against me, fine. Go ahead. Do it. But before you think or say anything, watch the game again and watch all the slow-mos. And you tell me if I'm just bringing out hot steam.
All right, you let out a lot of steam.
Hot steam.
Yeah.
Steam na nga, hot pa nga.
I hope you feel better.
Give me a cigarette and beer, man.
Because we're feeling a little like we're getting scolded here, but we've done
So
nothing
this is
wrong.
how it feels in our morning training, which...
So now I don't regret it so much, Marielle. Now, I want to know the specific grievances. Obviously, there's got to be specific grievances. Can we show the video highlight of the game? Now, I missed out on this one, but I saw highlights of it, and it seemed like a fantastic game.
This is our goal. This is the South's first goal.
Of course,
Legit.
This is legit goal.
Of course, it was aired on ABS-CBN. ABS-CBN Sports in Action, I believe it was.
That's right.
Where it was
This is
aired.
the equalizer.
No.
No,
Watch there. You see? The ball was in the hand
With the
of the keeper.
Right.
It was flicked out by, I don't know if it was John Melissa, who was also on the ground, but flicked it out from his hand.
Right.
Linesman, the AR1 should have seen that in the referee. Where's the referee? Where's the referee?
Where is
That's
it?
one.
Yeah, okay. So not in that angle, you can't see it,
No.
but they've scored.
Yeah.
All right.
He was far away, yeah.
You cannot touch the ball or touch the keeper when the keeper has the ball.
Oh, do we get to see it again?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, that's 3 angles.
There. See?
That should have been a foul there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's a quick boy, that one. He's like, hello, thank you.
Instinctive.
Hello. All right, so there's a goal there. And then,
Nah, this is not.
Chance.
that's a
It's
chance.
not.
What's he doing?
Headache. He headed the post maybe.
Yeah, that's not healthy for you. You should stop that. Ooh.
No, that's nice.
No.
Nah.
Shot
Next
well
one should be the.
This is the second goal.
This is the second goal, yeah. The LSU second goal,
Yeah, I love how direct it was.
which is beautifully timed.
Boom!
Smart move.
Clever
Well
boy.
placed.
That's what you call a cheeky goal.
Yeah.
Being alert, that's Sabine Bustamante. That's a cheeky goal.
And this
Pero
is
coach,
actually
no
like
foul,
last
ah.
10 minutes.
Yes.
No foul yung sa
No.
pangalawang
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, that's already.
Yeah, he
foul.
just lost his balance.
Yeah, there. See?
Yeah, he didn't really.
But-
do
I
it.
think,
close,
good
close.
composure.
Yeah, the composure.
Bustamante.
Yeah. You see?
He played well that game.
Yes, he did.
Did you guys all watch this game?
You watch
Yes.
this one.
We
There.
were sitting
That one.
beside each other.
That one, you see?
Eto na yun.
This is the one that really got me. This is the one that really got me.
Why?
That one, okay, we'll come back again.
All right. Was he offside?
Yes. Jan was offside. Now look, you go back first, but before the offside,
This was a
that,
foul.
you see? You see it?
That was supposed
How
to
can
be
that be a foul? Okay? You mean to tell me these two just fell? There, you see?
I remember we were seated beside
Yeah.
each other. Sabi ko, foul na yun ah.
Yes.
Foul na yun ah. Tapos,
I couldn't
But
say
I
a
think
thing there,
even-
I was shocked.
That's right. I think even the first one, I remember asking, hindi ba kapag hawak ng keeper, may pwede
Offside.
tawagan
Offside,
ng
see?
foul?
Outside as well. I mean, there are calls in a game that, you know,
You can let go.
you can
You
let
can
go.
let
But
go.
But not
when,
the champ-
when it's
Very off,
game-defining, nagde-define ng game na calls, that's really sometimes unforgivable.
Yeah.
So that makes it 2-2.
2-2, yes.
I don't know but if from that angle, I'm not sure you could really say it's an offside because
No,
I think your last man was.
Yeah, you can see that angle, but other people who are watching, even, sorry, I'll bring in, PSC people and PFF people who were on that side. And it was clearly seen that I didn't see it myself because I was too shocked for the non-call foul on Villasin. Okay? Why? He was brought out, remember? Villasin, after that foul, he was out for a few minutes. You may tell me he just jumped and he fell by himself? Got injured by
Yes,
himself?
clearly
No.
a foul.
That second goal is one. I was just about to give instructions to my team to go on a close game or a defensive, which we prepared for. Actually, we prepared for that also in training. But when that happened, I was too shocked. I was too shocked. I couldn't react because I couldn't believe that Ritaga let it go. Another thing, when FEU, I don't remember if it's extension or regulation, a free kick of FEU in the wall, I don't know who the FEU player was, elbowed my player Jose Montelibano really hard. I saw it, right when I saw it really hard and he fell. And the referee gives him a yellow card.
Who, Montelibano?
No, the FEU player. Maybe that's Giganto or maybe whatever. I don't know if it's Giggs or Nano, Amita. But definitely there was, if you're the Warrior, until nothing. It's still going on, fixing the ball and all that. And he just went, boom, really hard.
Yeah.
Montelibano's a big guy. He's fit. He fell.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, besides, people that saw the TV where I got pissed off at my player, that's the younger brother who stood up to react. That's why I got pissed off and told him to sit down. That's the one that you saw.
Okay, that's what we saw, yeah.
Okay, that's the one you saw. And for nothing else but that one. Now, Ritaga gave him a yellow card. You guys tell me, is that striking a player or not? I complained to the assessor, I complained to the match commissioner, the fourth official. Fourth official says, Coach, there's a term for that. I said, what's the term? Striking a player is not just a fucking fist.
Right.
If I gave you a headbutt, what do you call it? Headbutt? The freaking rule is striking. Spitting is a rule.
Yeah.
Okay? This is striking a player. Yellow card? You know, if Ritaga gave that red card automatic for striking a player, LaSalle would have won by forfeiture. Because of the two other red cards he was given, FU would have ended up with 8 players. Game over.
Is that not enough to continue the game?
9 to finish. 9 to start, 9 to finish.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
But
so
another missed call, I think, was a late penalty. But,
Yeah.
but
Babuyan yan.
yeah,
Yes,
you-
exactly.
But he was, the funny thing was, he was in front of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there. Diyan nangyari yung
yes,
incident. Andito siya. He totally missed it. And it was a
Yeah, he
clear,
was-
stone cold penalty.
Yes.
For
For
FEU.
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 In stoppage
Yeah.
time.
I will not say against that.
Yeah.
That's correct. That was a penalty.
Yeah.
I was just glad na tatanga na naman. You know.
Was he smiling at all? Did he smile a lot during the game? That's what
I don't know.
Sabi, before the game, sabi ko, may moment to eh.
Yeah.
There will be marami pala.
You know, I've been told by
He's had a game.
all the other UAP teams, players, before the match, when they saw the referee, the ones who told me this were alumni, LaSalle alumni who don't really play football. They told me the day after, Coach, some PM'd me on Facebook, some texted me, some called me, saying, Coach, bakit yun ang naging referee? Sabi ko, well, yun ang assignment eh. Bakit? Eh, yung nakita ng mga, I won't say what team, no? Or else they will get a backlash from what team. But one of the top teams, players, and players who have been playing in the UFL, said, patay ang LaSalle. That's what they just said. So, tinanong bakit? Yan ang referee. Okay. Let me tell you, Ritaga, as a referee, I'm sorry pa, I'm going to bring it out talaga. Jimmy Sumugot, I'm sorry, I cannot hold it back. You guys have to learn a lesson. You know, you don't own officiating in the Philippines. You're not a syndicate. You don't, you know, you got to eat your shit too. Okay? There are a lot of other referees that can do your job. Now, the thing is, Ritaga is the most controversial referee. Every game he does, whether it's UAP or UFL, especially UFL. Besides, guys, kayo mga referee, televised. Akala ba ninyo yung mga ginagawa nyo tama? Nakikita naman kayo sa TV? Alam mo ilang milyon or hundreds of thousands of people watch the game? And if you don't want to admit your mistakes, ang tawag ko lang dyan, ang kapal na mukha nyo. I sound like fucking Tulfo ko. Tulfo brothers.
The UFL has recently moved into getting PFF referees, and there's been a lot more that you would see in post-match comments from coaches that the refereeing is being highlighted as a good thing.
Yeah.
There has still been a few lapses, but for the most part, they're a little happier about the consistency of the officiating.
The concern for me is yung feedback mechanism sa kanila. Yung parang, you know, do you study your calls? Do you study film? Oh, bakit ka nagkamali doon? Anong tawag mo? Nasa tamang position ka ba when you made that call? Because may ano na nga tayo eh, may video replay na it's being aired. So may benefit na tayo to watch the game after. So you would expect more from them because na-highlight na nila yung, nakikita nila yung mali nila.
And unfortunately, I've had the experience of being in a room with a refereeing official whose interest is to tell you how difficult his job is. And I understand. It's not an easy job. To be shouted at for 90 minutes by individuals who want to win a game.
Why do you referee at all?
Right. But I want to hear solutions and potential ways where we can improve, not just you telling me that it's going to be difficult. I mean, I understand, right? But you can't make the same mistake over and over and over and over again.
But I think it's... Sorry, Coach.
Go ahead.
Because when we did the coaching course, we had referees, like a time with the referees, and we had sessions with them. And it was only then I appreciated the side of the referees. Because obviously playing for LaSalle or even with the national team and the call is made and you're not happy with it. Instinctively, with Coach Hans shouting, at the referee. But I think that session made me realize, one is, yes, you're right, it is difficult in the game to be consistent. There will be some chances in the game or situations that you won't really be able to call. But like what Sidel said, I think just like any player or coaches, there really is that learning process. And as the UAAP, I mean, you have to say, I think I was very happy to see the crowd in the UAAP to be able to fill up the stands of Rizal.
That spilled all over to the bleachers.
That's right, for the support for college football. The level that LaSalle and FEU played in that game was very impressive for college football. And we can really see that the level of football in the Philippines is definitely increasing. And like what Coach was saying, it really has to be constant learning with the referees as well. That with all these videos, all these TV games, that they really have that sessions where they review And although you will also continue to make mistakes, but I think the solution really would be to learn from those,
Yes.
and to lessen the mistakes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just hard for players or even coaches that your games will be decided by referee calls or non-calls for that matter.
That's
yeah.
so brilliant.
I mean, everyone makes mistakes. Like,
Yeah.
nakikita natin sa World Cup, kahit ganyan, may namimiss silang tawag.
Oo.
No, hindi talaga may iwasan. But, may feedback mechanism nga. No? That's the only way, really, na makorek nila sarili nila. Makikita nila sarili nila, nagkamali sila. I mean,
At hindi mo pwede bawiin na hindi mo din tatawagin yung sa kabila
That's
ng mistake.
I mean, the feedback mechanism is important, and also you have to be honest. They're not honest with one another, you know? I mean, I've seen them talk to each other, and you're gonna pretend like the guy had a decent game when everybody knows that you just had a horror show.
You know
what I mean? You
what
gotta
hasn't
call
been
it what
brought
it
out,
is.
because none of the coaches want to bring it out. No one will say it.
Yeah.
But it's just arrogance on their part. For example, every year for I don't know how many years in the UAP, when we have our coaches meeting, okay, now you can ask any of the UAP coaches. You can ask Mr. Mark Molina, FEU, or even when Ateneo is hosting it, you can ask Mr. Ricky Palou. All the coaches have always suggested that the referees group give us a gallery, a folder with the pictures of all the officiating officials and their names, and we get to choose who can go and who cannot. Okay, they've never done it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let me guess, they never gave it to
They
you.
never did. So what's this? Is that arrogance or not? Okay, there have been a lot of other things like in the UFL. I think the last 2 years, that some of these referees were trying to hold the UFL hostage. And from what I know now, PFF is giving a lot of chances to all referees, all officiating officials, to make a pool for the UFL, right? So there's no more group, whether you're NCRFA or you this group or this group, any officiating official. And before anybody can get it wrong, I'm the friendliest that the referees can have, because I've been fighting for them to get better pay in the UFL. And you freaking do this, screw you. You can come up to my face anytime, any of you, even you, Ritaga.
All right, let's do it.
No, wait.
No,
Before I stop,
Let's try
I'm
to
saying
jump
no.
there.
Where do you see? Because I got this,
D9.
I got a question also. Tweeted question.
Go for it.
Why is the assessor the wife of the referee?
What? What?
Yep.
No, I didn't know
And it
that.
didn't only happen once. It didn't happen only once. You don't want to believe me? Then you can ask the match commissioner, Mr. Religus Agustin. We pointed this out. We pointed this out too late, actually.
For
because
which
it was
referee?
happening. Well, no, one of the referees. Okay, his wife used to be a referee.
And she's
She
the
used to be a
assessor.
FIFA referee, and she's also one now. She has been made an assessor. Now, we found out that she was assessor, and then it was her husband that was the referee.
Let me guess, he got good points. Good marks for you.
I mean, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. I don't freaking care what you say.
Right.
How will you the wife tell the husband, you screwed up here, you screwed up there, you should have done this, ano, puta, you gonna fucking tell me you're handpicked? You're under?
Coach ka pala, tanong mo why it was allowed na the referee's assessor was the wife of the ref of the game.
I don't know how many times this happened, but it has happened a lot of times. The only time it was stopped is after I pointed it out.
Wow.
conflict of interest.
Okay.
Brutal.
There are a lot of other questions thing there. In the football rule, when the keeper has his hands, both hands on the ball,
Yeah.
no one can touch him, nobody can touch the ball. That's the first rule. Okay? I talked to Jan because Jan is my player for Green Archers.
Yeah.
We talked about it 2 nights ago in training. He said, "Oo nga, coach. Sabi ko, yung first goal niya, alam mo, foul ka, no? Oo nga, coach. But I'm not getting that fault away from them, from Jan or from FEU. Okay? It's not their fault. It's adrenaline. You're there. Who's gonna fucking tell you to put with all the intensity? Oh, it's there. I'll stop. I'll pull back my leg. Of course not. The player won't do that. The player will just go on because of the intensity, the adrenaline. He'll do it. That's called the referee.
Yeah.
Because the referee called it. A few times, I think a couple of times he did.
Yeah.
He did call it. I don't know if it's for LaSalle keeper or for FU keeper, but he did call it. I saw that. And why didn't he do that now? Because there was a goal. I'm sorry to say, but people are saying maybe Luto. I never say Luto because I don't want to.
There are calls even in the UFL that are even mas safe pa compared to that call, and they call it even if there's a goal.
Yeah.
Right.
I covered 2-3 weeks ago, Kaya Global. Nick O'Donnell lost the ball in front of Izo Elabib and Izo scored.
Yeah.
Disallowed yung goal.
Yeah,
Which was really medyo injustice. Kasi sobrang minimal
Yeah, I
yung
was looking at the replay. I was like, dude, you gotta count that.
minimal yung contact and they didn't even. The referee had the balls to call it. Na,
You know, people were asking me, Coach, how come you couldn't protest? Why can't you protest? I said, guys, I don't want to tell people around the world that I'm a sore loser. I'm not a sore loser, but this is too much already. This is too much already. You know, for how many days on Facebook, on Twitter, that game was the freaking of my phone, my laptop, Facebook, Twitter.
Ikaw pa, na-active ka pa naman.
Everything. Oh, no. For how many days? The game was over.
Yes.
But they were saying about congrats, good game, about that. But they were also talking about, they were mentioning a lot about officiating.
And there's a lot that we're seeing here. There was not adding injury time when so many FE players were play acting. Apparently, allegedly, don't quote me on that. I would never accuse anybody of that. Also, the referee's assessor thing that we already touched on. Also, the fact that the first goal, the ball was in the goalie's hand. Giganto took a shot. He was not offside, but I gave an area pass to Melisa, who was at an offside position. Man, these guys are like sharp hawks watching.
These guys don't play football.
Yeah, FEU side penalty non-call. So that was the one we were talking about a while ago. And FEU assistant coach admitting to time wasting. Team defending park the bus is more acceptable than wasting time like that. Assistant coach, don't do that. Don't admit
That's his,
to it.
that's his inexperience.
Different,
Inexperience.
use of words.
Definitely,
Yeah.
It could have been something like along the
Park
lines.
the bus or
In all fairness to Chio, he just graduated last year.
Or you can
He's
say
still
something.
young, he's young.
You can say something like, "Oh, the game's been going on for a really long time."
Player pa yung, player pa yung thing.
But the thing there
Three
here,
hamstrings.
what gets me here is, everybody saw this. If you were flopping left and right. I cleared this just a few months ago. Okay, in FIFA referees. Is it supposed to be given extensions? Number one, Football 101. Every substitution is considered 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So you count that. If there's 2 substitutions at different times, that's already 1 minute added time. If there's an injury that takes a lot of time before you stretch out the player, or if it's a goalkeeper, count that up. Now, during the extension, that's where all the flopping was being done. I checked when he blew his whistle, first extension, second extension, he didn't give any. No added time. Okay, fine, your decision. But are you trying to tell me that the Filipinos are stupid? They don't fucking know about football rules?
I heard it was late for dinner. It's like, we're gonna wrap this up.
Nagmamadali daw ako.
We're gonna wrap this up. We didn't know if we were gonna go to extra time for this.
May game nga din sa UFL nung I think that was last weekend.
Semifinals.
UFL na league game. 2 minutes lang. Daming incident. I think Kaya Ceres. Daming incident pero walang 2 minutes lang.
Yeah.
Madali yata.
You know, if
Nanap na ako ng asawa ko eh.
if you're a real referee and you're in shape, okay? If you're in shape, maybe sometimes that's what I think. As a coach, as a player, if you don't give extra time, or you don't give advantage of that extra time to one team or not, or the other, it's because you're not fit. Like you said, let's get this over. Let's finish this. Hindi ko na kaya tumakbo eh.
Really?
Tapos na eh.
Wow.
Oh, here.
These are all objective observations, suggestions to lessen referee influence in the games, modify the rules. The ref will assess. Medic stretcher come in the right way, bring out the player, then continue game. Nasisira momentum ng laro. Yeah, I mean that's
That's what it's supposed to be. Yes.
apparently, what we hear is that it's worse in Asia than in other places in the world.
Yep.
Play acting, wasting time.
Kaya nga may campaign yung
Yeah.
60,
Yes.
yung don't delay. Ano,
Don't
Yes.
play. Don't delay. Play.
Sabi ko, kakatawa naman to kasi lahat ng international games na pinupuntahan ko may mga play, especially yung crucial games. Grabe talaga, blatant talaga minsan na
For the people who don't,
gamesmanship.
if the people here, I'm sorry, I'll just call you haters because that's the right term. That's the right term that everybody uses. I'm at high tech, I just read. Anyway, what I'm saying is, you don't want to believe. Go watch the game, all right? Go watch the game. Then you count your time.
Yeah.
Time it yourselves. And you tell me if I'm just throwing it out because I lost. Yes, I'm sour graping. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking the win away from FEU. Okay? But as a referee, you don't fucking make the decision who wins or who loses.
Right. That's the worst part of it. I mean, obviously, you guys put in all the hard work. And for somebody to just take it away like that with a decision is difficult. I guess it is safe to say that since no injury time was added, the ref didn't think the FEU players were really.
I'm interested how referees get picked for a game.
Yeah.
No, it's just
like
draw.
Ready to dog today.
I think we should do that part wherein like they do in basketball.
Yeah,
especially in the finals and semifinals.
Sa PBA, for example, pupunta lahat ng referees and then they
draw.
In front of the management or coaches.
Yeah. What's one thing that has been improving a lot lately has been the refereeing, the officiating in the PBA, and they get they get down and really
nitty gritty.
Yeah, and they replay. People get suspended. That needs to happen.
The thing is, you talk about professionalism.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. You can ask all the coaches and even players who played for a long time with this group. They become personal. People are wondering, how come Coach Hans, you were quiet? When the whole crowd was screaming and invectives, everything, they were screaming at the referee and all that shit. My bench was, my coaches, even my players. You don't see me shouting at them and say, shut up! I just kept cool. Why? I wanted to be the balance. Okay? Because if I went, you know how many times I was so fucking tempted to enter the field already? But I didn't want to because I wanted to show the other side. But apparently it didn't do anything because the game was decided. The game wasn't decided by FEU or by LaSalle. Okay? I'm giving out strong words. Yes, this has got to stop. Nobody wants to talk. Like I say again, nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to hurt anybody. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm trying to make things better. But some of you are just plain assholes. You think you fucking own football. You think you fucking own the officiating here in the Philippines, especially here in Manila. Let me tell you of a fact. You know this, Adolf. A few years ago, the referees that we have now, that are doing the league now, were supposed to be officiating already. But what did this other group do?
I know. Is this like class?
Okay. Guys, hindi kayo sindikato.
Yeah. So those guys got pushed out.
They got pushed out because they were, they did things.
Referees department of PFF, also a good friend Jaron Ginota, by the way. Referee assessors.
Long time no see na yan.
Oh, no, he's been very not so active.
It's true.
On Twitter these days. Referee assessors are doing nothing to correct mistakes. All they do are paperworks, which nobody reads, by the way, which is a problem.
Which nobody reads.
Because it doesn't get to anywhere or any hands that would influence any sort of decision making.
Until now, there's still a case that the Green Archers have filed in the UFL with the referee with regarding to racist remarks.
Yeah.
Ivan, you remember this last year or the other year? 2 years ago pa yata eh.
No, I think it was last
2 years. No.
Was it 2 years?
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years.
Until now, they haven't done anything. Referees that are supposed to be suspended, they were told.
It's Lawrence Sabino.
They were told. But what did these groups do? They snubbed the UFL's and FA's memorandum.
Yeah.
What do you call it? You don't call it arrogance?
It's called being a badass. Yeah,
They were lucky that they were still used last
It's
year.
more like guidelines than rules.
Other referees, you know who you are.
Yeah.
2 years ago, those of you who are close to me, I warned you. Something like this might happen to you.
And
This is called karma.
that's why there's been pushback from the organizations running professional football here in the Philippines, trying to get those individuals out of the rotation, in which they're not part of the rotation anymore. Unfortunately, their influence has been felt in other aspects of Philippine football in the collegiate division, which has drawn a lot of the ire from this man over here. Unfortunately, we must move on, sir. Is it okay?
No, one more.
All right, go ahead.
Do you know? No, I'm talking about the group. This is group.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the name of the group. It's up to you. You people who know football know who you are.
Yeah.
At least I have that much respect. I'm not telling you what group you're in.
Yeah.
But do you know that some of your referees are moonlighting in the corporate cup as assessors or match comps or what have you, or refereeing? Do you know that? You don't? Go find out.
How dare these people?
You know, some of you seniors on top, you're trying to make your organization, trying to make it professional, but you're being fooled by your people, your own people.
Yeah.
Okay? Of course they will deny. It's easy that they check.
Yeah.
Fucking check the payroll of the tournament.
Yeah, and one of the things that gets is the biggest issue for the referees, though, is what they'll throw back is the reason why we're moonlighting in different places because we don't get paid enough, right?
True, but
so obviously there's a bit of a cycle there, and there's things that need to be done on the PFF's part or organizational aspects of tournaments, running tournaments, and paying referees properly. But also, you cannot have a group like this.
We've touched this before.
Yeah.
Remember? I think we've touched it more than a couple of times.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because of the sad state of the economics of it all, a lot of the referees are working for the other clubs.
Yeah, it's true.
As trainers. So, I mean, okay, fine. There are a lot. I will not say who. You know who you are. You know what clubs you are in. If the UFL clubs are watching management, you know this. You cannot freaking deny this.
Yep.
A lot of the referees from this group who was officiating last year, a lot of them are coaches and trainers themselves for the different youth academies of the different UFL clubs. How sad is that? So how do you expect this certain referee or certain linesman to go against my boss? I earned from this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow, if I call a foul on him, I give him a card or whatever, tomorrow I don't have a job anymore. I have to look for another thing. You cannot do this.
Yeah. Clearly, things need to be done in that respect. But let's try to get into some good news as we look to wrap up this
Meron good news?
in the next.
Meron naman.
Good news.
Daming good news actually.
That's the good news that I'm talking about.
First of all, let's look at the individual awards of the UAAP. You have two individuals from LaSalle. You have the best goalkeeper and the best midfielder. Clifford de Guzman won the best goalkeeper for LaSalle, for the entire tournament, but he's from LaSalle. Nathaniel Alquiros for best midfielder, which is not really a surprise given his exploits in
But
the
that's supposed to be
well.
for Nano.
For Nano? Really? You think so?
But he got a red card.
Oh, yeah. Amita.
No, so he lost it in the final.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I voted for Nano.
no, go ahead, because I have something to tell you because this is what I was discussing with Jan 2 nights ago. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm talking
let's
about
go. Best defender, Julian Clarino. Is he cut from
Yeah.
the same group?
Yes,
of,
yes.
Wow, there's a lot of them, and they're all very good. Best striker, Jinggoy Valmayor. After this, he went over to the
Not best striker.
USL and scored.
Golden Boot.
Yeah.
Golden Boot.
But
Giganta daw.
Yeah.
Giggs had how many more goals more than Jinggoy?
We got 16 for Giganto and 15 for
Jinggoy.
Jinggoy Valmayor.
Now.
So when I'm counting, I don't know, I'm not very good at math, but 16 seems to be higher than 15. How do you get the golden boot? for scoring less
Because
goals?
they said in the finals, yes. Because the finals, Giganto got a red card. Now, if you're talking about best midfielder, best keeper, best defender, and you got your red cards and all that, that's points against you.
Yeah.
You can be changed. That's why Nathan Alquiros became the best midfielder on that day. Because Nano got
Yeah.
red carded. Now, with Giganto, I don't see any, I don't know if it's FIFA. If it's FIFA or AFC, I don't agree. Okay?
Yeah.
I still don't agree. Why? Why are you going to take away the goals of Giganto just because he got a red card? What's the connection there?
Yeah.
The top there is Golden Boot.
Yeah.
Most goals scored.
Yeah.
We're not talking about character, attitude, or good boy, good boy. It's not a fair play thing. And that's the only thing that I don't agree with. I'm sorry. If it's an AFC or FIFA rule, show it to me.
Yeah.
Show it to me, then I'll believe it. But doesn't mean I will agree.
That is rather.
I still don't agree. Golden Boot is an object.
I think it was best striker, but not really considered golden boot. But that was a
They changed
qualification.
it.
Because I remember that time we were playing, I was best midfielder, but I also got best striker. So we were saying, how could it have been?
Yes.
But because of the goals that you've scored, then
Yeah.
you're given the best
That's supposed to
striker
be
award.
top goals. It's supposed to be the golden boot.
Right.
There's no fucking thing anymore. Go around the world. There's no such thing as best striker.
Right.
It's golden boot. Golden boot meaning the most goals scored.
Yeah, this is the reason why Marielle is part of the all-time list of best players for Coach Hans, because she's the best midfielder and the best striker at the same time.
And I was fighting to be a striker.
That's amazing.
This is crazy. I'm sorry. If UAP sees this, I hope you learn from this. I mean, I'm thankful that you've listened to what I've been ranting about for how many decades about the mode of competition. Okay, about no more twice to beat, no more twice to beat. Only in the Philippines. Then, now, with regards to individual awards, please do it objectively. Like,
I think it's by votes. No?
Marielle, I think you were still in the team when they gave the best defender to one of your teammates, while she was a wing back, while our central back, Baran, played a tremendous season. And they gave it to the wing back. Why? Because she played well in the finals. Duh. We've got a lot of smart people, intelligent people in football who know how to get the right individual awards. That's why in my tournaments, when I organize, I decide. Because I know I'm fair. Okay? I'm not hindi ako nagpapatak ng ihi ko dito. I'm not putting myself in a pedestal. But I'm saying, a lot of people have to learn. And the people that are deciding are quite old already, also in Philippine football. So, Giganto still deserve the top scorer, Golden Boot. If they change it to best striker, let's show it to me in the trophy. Is it best striker? Or they just announce it as best striker because of the red card?
Right. Well, I'm
There's
saying.
no such thing as best striker,
Yeah.
please.
What I have here is best striker. Rookie of the year is Julian Rojas, the only one from Ateneo University was awarded. Fair play went to Adamson University. And why is you laughing? Why are you?
It's also that way. The new team that comes in, the youngest team usually comes out
Okay,
because they're being bullied.
And MVP was Janjan Meliza, Jesus Meliza. Do you agree with that decision, MVP?
No, when I heard Jan Jan's name, I think they made the decision also that same day.
Okay.
Because I think that MVP, I think should have gotten to Nano, to Amita.
Yeah.
But since he got kicked out, that one, MVP, yes. I agree. You get a red card, you have no chance to be MVP. Because MVP, you're supposed to be the best player. Players who look up to.
Yeah.
When you get red carded, how can you be respected?
Yeah.
You get red carded, and you get red card because of dirty plays. So that alone, I can. But I think but Jan Jan, I'm not taking away from Jan Jan.
We're gonna see him in training tomorrow. He's gonna be like, Coach, whoa, come on, man. What's going on here?
You really think, guys, that he's gonna complain to me if I say that? No.
Maybe I'll just walk away.
No, what I'm saying, what I'm saying
Bait
is,
naman yan si Jan Jan eh.
in the FU team, there were 3 guys there that can have been MVP.
Yeah.
3 of the players could have been MVP anytime.
Yeah.
But I think that game was because Nano was red carded. And Jan Jan, for me, from FU, is the most fair player.
Not because he's
Not
your
because
player.
he's playing for Arches.
No, but I
Bias.
think for Jan, in fairness to him, throughout the season, he didn't score a lot of goals
Yeah.
this season as compared to last year.
Yes.
But I think his role this year was more of the one that would create for
Yes.
Giganto,
Yes.
and he was always finding that pass that would give FEU
Exactly.
that
And
opportunity
besides
to
that,
score.
he was still top 3.
Yeah.
And
Still a top three of goals
when
scorers.
Bugas
Scored
got
11.
injured, I think dun pag naging
Yeah.
pronounced yung role niya dahil
Yeah.
Bugas is their main creative guy, and then nag-slot in nitong si
If Paolo Bugas didn't get injured, Paolo would win one of the top 3.
Grabe. Pero no, pinag-uusapan natin to, but yung FEU na program, grabe.
Yeah. I think even
incredible.
Yeah.
During the UAB, we were just saying the way they developed the high school, even with the women's team, up until the men's team. You really have to give it to Vin Santos, to Mark Molina, to FEU, to Master Kim for really getting that program going. And now, they didn't get it right away when they started, but I think they're down like maybe 5-6 years into that program. And these are the boys already that they started with. And you can see the way they play, the way the women's team play, the way the high school boys play. It's the same, the same system, the same movements. And you can really say that the characteristic ng isang Tamara or ng FEU player, nandun, they're fast, their touches on the ball. It's very good.
Grabe, when you see that front four playing together, Amita, Bugas, Melissa, and Giganto, parang may ano na sila eh. Telepathic na eh. Alam na ng isa kung saan pupunta. Ferrer pa. But, of course, sila yung main guys. Pag nakikita mo parang...
My take on that is, kudos to FU, to Vin Santos for doing this. I used to kid Paolo Bugas. I said, when he was still in high school, actually he was still in grade school. He was 12 years old. I said, siguro pinadala ka ng nanay mo sa tindahan para kumuha ng suka, bumagsak ka na dito sa FU, no? I see Nano, Bugas, and the rest. They were still small. Now, FU has got that, because people ask me, the alumni were asking me, but coach cannot deny the program of FU. I said, yes, this was my answer. If I had the budget of FU, no one's going to beat LaSalle. If I had the budget of FU, no one's going to beat LaSalle. If anybody of the UAP or the NCAA for that matter had the same budget of FEU, same program of FEU, no one's going to beat them. FEU, Vince went around the Philippines to look for the best 11, 12-year-olds and put them in FEU, then program moving up. That is the right program. But sad state is different universities, different schools have different budgets, different focus. So you got to live with what you have. Now I'll just finish this with the UAP. I just want to say I'm happy that my boys played the way I taught them. Fair play, they played with all their heart. And that's why when they were crying after the game, I just shouted at them and said, put your heads up. FU didn't beat you. I just want to get due respect to FU. FU didn't beat you. You played your hearts out. Anybody saw it. Thousands of people saw how you played. Let's not do this again next year. That's how I said. That's how I put it. Let's not do this again next year. We need to do something. Paeng Di Guzman is one of the better keepers that we have locally now. Up and coming. He's young. He's still young. Okay, I told him, I'm not taking all the blame out of like I said, explained that Jandan, it's the intensity and the adrenaline that he kicked it out. But I said, Paeng, you needed to get on top of the ball right away. Don't wait for the whistle, for anybody's sake. Now, but I'm proud to say that out of my 21 players in the UAP, each and every one has been asked to play and join some UFL teams. That alone is already an achievement.
Huge. Well done.
I'm talking about 21. Out of 22 players, I have 21 in the lineup. Yeah. And each and every one have been asked to join some UFL first and second division teams.
Nice.
But unfortunately, there's a new rule in UAP that all rookie, you have to play in the UAP 2 years before you can even play in the UFL. So I've told management of the other teams, of the other clubs, put them in, but don't put them in the roster because I just wanted to go training.
Yeah.
You know, it's a win-win situation for the kid, for me, myself, for LaSalle.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? But I don't think there's any other school, NCAA or UAP, wherein the whole freaking lineup has been asked, has got a call to try out for the UFL teams. So that I'm very proud of.
Well done, coach. I mean, that's a huge development in the development of the careers of the players.
Yeah.
The individuals now, sila Buga, sila Amita, are they all graduating?
No.
Not yet. Not even.
Only Jan.
No. Exactly.
I think they're only on their junior year, I think.
Only Jan.
Yeah.
Jan lang yung
Just
mga
Jan.
Brutal. Where's Amita playing now? Is he still with Manila Jeepney?
Jeepney.
Is he still, wow.
And nung Saturday game, I called the Jeepney and yung kalaban nila, nakalimutan ka na. Basta they were sent in.
Pachanga.
Pachanga. Nag-sub sila, pinasok si Amita.
Oh.
Then, siguro mga 10 minutes later, nakascore si Giganto from Amita.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, get those guys in.
They live together.
Jeepney.
That's right.
All right.
Together, 24/7, they're together all the time. I just hope they don't drop any soap in the shower. Anyway.
What a way to end this show. Yeah, getting evil eyes to the producer, Ange. Before we wrap up the show, and it's been an absolute pleasure having Marielle and Sidelf on the program. Coach, just so that we can alleviate some of your bad temper.
What bad temper?
Bad-tempered nature on this program.
I'm a nice guy.
Let's get some good news here. Some fantastic news. This guy's been living here for so long. You think he's Filipino, but he's not. But he will be very soon. He's actually Indonesian. He's gonna be turning into a Filipino citizen officially, thanks to the good work of our senators, Alan Cayetano and Pia Cayetano. And there they are, looking lovely. Shooting a selfie inside the Senate Hall for...
Let me tell you, Pia texted me, vibered me when she did this. She was saying, properly documented pa, Hans, ha? Tingnan mo naman, nagsiselfie pa kami during session. That's in the session
taking
hall.
her signature pa.
Yeah.
So, I hear it's going to be a long process, but at least it's...
Well, that's what Pia said.
It has
Naunahan ka
begun.
pa ni Coach Marcos Dautit.
Oh, Filipino na yun?
Hindi, syempre. Naturalize yun dahil...
Okay, naturalized. I'm not being naturalized.
No, nakaka pa
But that's the first step.
Ano pa?
It's the first step. No.
step.
Let me tell you before Angie give me a few minutes. I've decided, before people ask, why only now, Coach? No, I've decided more than two decades ago.
You were Filipino.
But it also happened, the BID head at that time, who's a senator now, I got turned off because she put on the papers that any foreigner wants to become Filipino had to cough out 350,000 pesos to be able to become a Filipino. So I got turned off. Now, what made me do this is because I hate freaking, 50, I'm going 51 years in the Philippines. That I have to every year to do renewals for my permanent residency, which I always pay penalty because I'm always late. And another thing is, for my career, because in the AFC Matchcom, I'm put there as a Indonesian, which is rightfully so. But I told them that I'm representing the Philippines. But they said, yes, Hans, but you're holding an Indonesian passport. So that was the second thing that pushed me to really become a Filipino citizen. And to tell you frankly, I was telling Marielle here earlier before the show, and Ange and all the rest, Miko, I've never been excited as now. I was never excited to come into a finals, championship game, what have you, for the girls, for the men, for the boys, for the whatever. Never excited to get my new motorcycle, or never excited to go on a trip, go to Europe, go to States, go anywhere. I've never been that excited. I just cannot say, like I tell Priya jokingly, I don't even get this excited for, you know what, but this is the time that I'm really excited to become a Filipino. People are asking me that if what is more important to me, my legacy in football or being a Filipino. That's two different things.
Wow. Pang binibini Pilipinas yun.
Coach Mark, ang ganda.
Can I have an interpreter?
Just slowly pick up the pace with the clapping.
But
Well done.
without plastic or what have you, I'm really happy now that I can, at least when this is done, I can officially say that I'm a fucking freaking Filipino already.
Yeah.
It takes, I'll say this on the air.
Yeah.
If I get this citizenship and I hold a Filipino passport now, it's like a diarrhea that I've gotten rid of. When you feel when you have a diarrhea and then and everything out?
Yep.
This is how I feel.
It's like one of the worst analogies ever.
I gotta be me. I
love it. You've got the drama thing down of being a Filipino, though.
Yeah, but I'd like to thank really Pia and Alan and Lino Cayetano, and of course my good friend since grade school, Congressman Rod Albano. Kahit malaking tiyan mo, mukha kang gun. Okay, thank you very much for your help. You pushed it, you helped me. It so happens that Pia was in Ateneo as sorry Pia, as in UP as a volleyball player when I was playing football for UP, and Pia was there as a volleyball player. Alan, Ren, and Lino were my students in Del Sosobel.
Wow.
Okay, so it's a lot of LaSalle connection too that helps me this. Craig, Maro, sorry, I've told you how it's done. I told you you'll find your way, you'll find your own connections to help you out, but you don't want to disrespect the Queen, so stay where you are. That's what he said.
Don't disrespect the Queen.
That's what he said. Anyway, Senators Pia and Alan Cayetano, Congressman Lino Cayetano, and Congressman Rod Albano. Thank you very much.
It's about time this man became a Filipino. He's been representing the Philippines at so many levels. It's time that he owns that passport as well. And before we say goodbye to our lovely guests, we have a short video that we want to see of Coach Hans that has been put together by Ange.
Sabunutan kita.
Surprise.
And it's just,
birthday,
it's just sort of like a tribute to Coach Hans and sort of
Final
to
walk
show.
mo daw.
Yeah. Let's roll that.
Give me my
Yeah, just to
whatever am I
show
called?
like classic Coach Hans, if we could show it.
You're gonna show me my fucking
What are you doing, kid? What are you
That's the
doing?
time that I told you about the elbow.
Yeah.
Jose.
And we saw you all the way from the
yan na, natitira.
the VIP box.
Coach Hans being
Hindi
Coach
naman pala,
Hans
hindi
there.
naman
But Coach, congratulations on
Thank you.
the movement towards becoming a Filipino. Marielle, pleasure having you on the show.
Yes, I
Thank you so
enjoyed.
much.
Thank you for having me here.
Pleasure. Anytime you want to come back, remind Coach Hans to remind you
Okay.
to come to the show. It's Adelph. Sir, however short the time.
Why don't you say where Sedaf came from?
Sedaf
He
came
left
from-
his job on the D-League.
Oh, no,
basketball.
no, boss. He did no such thing. He would never leave his job to come.
No one from basketball is going to watch our show. Don't worry about it.
You don't know how famous we are, Coach Hans. You have no
We are?
clue. Yeah. By the way, thank you to each and every one of you who supports the show. We've more than on one occasion that I've been approached by an individual who was at the UFL saying that they watch the show, they love it,
They do?
they enjoy it. Your foul-mouthed nature
Beautiful.
and the beautiful things that we talk about on this program, all of it appreciated, and we appreciate you guys right back. Thank you so much for the support, subscribing to us on iTunes and watching the stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it. To do this is so much fun for us. So thank you. Because of you guys, we get a chance to do this.
Last text.
Coach yung sinampal si Ritaga sa game? Huh?
Yeah, he got slapped in I don't know what game it was.
He got slapped?
By
wow.
a parent, I think.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, great way to end the show. Just a little tidbit there at the end. But once again, Marielle, Sidel,
thank
anytime
you.
you guys want to come back, again, Coach Hans,
Yeah, what?
say goodbye to your fans.
Goodbye.
Yeah?
Hopefully we'll have a show episode next week. You'll know our guests when we know.
Maging Filipino citizen ka lang, tinatamad ka na magtrabaho. Kaya na, wala na show next week.
Goodbye.
Nakuha ko na yung kailangan ko. Alright, my name is Jing Hamlang, and this is Hands On. We'll catch you guys next week, hopefully, or if not, the week after that. Alright, bye. Peace.
Peace, man.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.